And we are in line 38b. 38 said, establish your word to your servant. And so we read the reference scripture for that in 2 Samuel. And so the B part of that says, who is devoted to fearing you. Who is devoted to fearing you. Establish your word to your servant. And God is going to give his word to his servants, those who fear him. Who is devoted to, there's no way in this world I'm going to go up against God. There's no way. I'm not going to even try. I'm not going to even try. And so, and that's how I just, live my life. And I thank God too for how my mom reared me up, because even though she told us what to do, what not to do, whatever, and we didn't do what we need to do, then we got a whipping. All right. Now, I wasn't afraid of my mom, but I was afraid of that whipping. And that put fear in me. And so even in my teenage years, I didn't have any peer pressure. I had whipping pressure. I wasn't getting whipping for anybody. Call me all kind of names. They called me Virgin Mary. They called me all kind of things. They called me all kind of names. Religious freak. They called me all kind of names when I was in school. And so, but that didn't stop me from being who I was raised to be, because I didn't get in trouble for anybody. I had enough trouble keeping my own self out of trouble. So I wasn't getting in trouble for anybody. Whether I had friends or not, I wasn't fazed by that. I just didn't want to get a whipping. And so that fear right there, it transitioned to me having a true respect for God, knowing that God at any time could snatch it. All right. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, God is a loving God. You're not supposed to look at God as a boogeyman. I'm not looking at God as a boogeyman. I'm looking at God as being God of this whole universe, and at any time he can take us out. At any time he can take us out. And so I love God. I love my mom. Don't have an ounce of regret of what she did to bring me up in this world, because it made me a better person. And so being that I can take on her punishment that she had given me, all right, to make me a better person in society, then there's no way. It's a transferency. You transfer to what? If I could follow mama's rules, then I can follow God's rules. And it all goes hand in hand. And if I could follow God's rules, I can follow the rules in society. And so it all goes hand in hand. And I'm not going to try to, oh, how can I get away with this? Or how can I get away with this? Oh, how can I get away with this so mama won't see or mama won't know? No, at this time in my life, I have to worry about what God is seeing. What he is seeing me do. Because my mom's not with me 24/7. But God is with me 24/7. And so you just have that devotion to fearing God. To have that devotion to fearing God. Look at 39. Turn away and I'm just going to go over because I went over, so I'm just going to go over so I could end up this stanza. It says 39, turn away my reproach, which I dread, for your judgments are good. So turn away my reproach, my reviling, which I dread. He doesn't like that. for your judgments are good. God's judgments are good. People think judgment is a bad thing, but it is good. It is good. All right. And so, let me see. Yes, because the Lord is a God of justice, and he really is. And his judgments are a great deep. Because God is just in his judgments, so should we his people be. So all we have to be is just in our judgments. And like even Jesus said, judge not lest you be judged. So with the same judgment that you render, then it's going to be rendered right back to you. So if your judgment is just, then you're going to receive a just judgment. It's not all the time judgments are negative or bad. He said for your judgments are good. And if God's judgments are good, then our judgments need to line up with God's and have a good judgment as well. 40. Behold, I long for your precepts. Revive me in your righteousness. And so now he's saying to God, I long for your precepts. Revive me in your righteousness. And what are the precepts? The precepts of God are those responsibilities that he has appointed for his people. Those responsibilities he has appointed for his people. And so behold, and he's longing for that. And the same way that he's longing for that, we need to be longing for that as well. And then he said, revive me in your righteousness. All right? Breathe in me in your righteousness. And so, so with that, that's in the 5th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. And Lord's willing will be in our next stanza, in the next segment. Keep the faith, keep the focus.